Good afternoon, kids. Let's start with another video tutorial for sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Right? It's a continuation lecture. In the previous lecture, we studied development of endosperm. If you are able to recollect, there were three different types of endosperms which we had studied in detail. The first one was nuclear endosperm. The next one was cellular endosperm, and the third one was Heliobial endosperm. Okay. Now I told you that endosperm is a nutritive tissue. I repeat, endosperm is a nutritive tissue. Now many books says that, or rather they mention that the development of embryo and endosperm occurs simultaneously. Okay. But many biologists, or to be very specific, botanists, are of that opinion that endosperm development occurs at a faster rate as compared to embryo. Okay. So we will also assume the same thing, that the amount of endosperm formed would be quite more as compared to the development of embryo. Okay. Now let's have that same thought and let us start with the development of embryo. Okay. So now today we will be learning about development of embryo. Now, you need to remember that whenever we talk about embryo, okay, we are having two different types of embryos with us. The first one is definitely a dicot embryo, and another one is a monocot embryo. Okay, now I hope everyone knows the basic, that whenever we talk about dicot, we are talking about two cotyledons, and whenever we talk about monocot, we are talking about only a single cotyledon. Okay, so now I will just give you a brief introduction about dicot embryo. Now, if you observe a dicot embryo, you can see that there are two cotyledons. Okay, so this is cotyledon number one, and this is cotyledon number two. So there are two cotyledons. Okay, the tip is called as plumule. This is called as radical. Okay, and these are nothing but cotyledons. Now please remember, the area above the radical and below the cotyledon is called as hypocotyle. I repeat, HC over there means hypocotyle, and this particular portion, that is the area below the plumule and above the cotyledon, is called as epicotyle. Okay, so we need to remember that a dicot embryo consists of two cotyledons, right? Then there is something called as plumule, then there is something called as radical. Okay, plumule in future will form the shoot, radical in future will form the root. Okay, the area above the radical but below the cotyledon is called as hypocotyle, this area. Okay, and the area above the cotyledon but below the plumule is called as epicotyle. Okay, remember this basic. Now let's begin. Now kids, we need to remember that we have something called as zygote, and you know that zygote is diploid. Okay, now listen. Conversion of zygote into an developed embryo. Of course, embryo is also diploid, and the process that is from zygote to embryo is called as embryogenesis. Embryogenesis. Genesis is nothing but to form or to give birth to. So development of embryo from the zygote is called as embryogenesis. Okay. Now let us consider we are talking about development of a dicot embryo first. Now again, before we start with the actual development, we will again clear our basics. Now let us consider this is an ovule. Now we all know that ovule after fertilization is called as seed. But now let us consider that this was our ovule, and as you can make out, it is an anatropous ovule. So these are the integuments. Okay, and let us consider that the red tissue which I am now showing over here is nothing but endosperm. Okay, so this is all my endosperm. Let us consider this is the zygote, and over here the green color structure which I am drawing is nothing but embryo sac membrane. Okay, so this is embryo sac membrane, the green one. Okay, this is the zygote, and this red one is nothing but endosperm. Now one has to remember that the zygote is towards the micropylar end. I repeat, the zygote is towards the micropylar end. Okay, so now let us begin with embryogenesis. Okay, now listen. Let us consider that this is the zygote. Now this zygote immediately develops a protective wall around itself, and this structure with a protective wall around itself is called as oospore. Now remember, oospore is diploid. Okay, now let's proceed one step. This oospore divides mitotically and it forms a two-celled structure. Let us consider a blue one and a red one, or rather black is better. So it forms a two-celled structure, and this two-celled structure is called as proembryo. Now, please remember again one basic. We are having two cells, okay? One towards the micropyle and one towards the endosperm or chalaza. Okay, the cell towards the micropyle is called as basal cell, or many people call it as suspensor cell. So the black one is towards the micropyle, and we will be calling it as basal cell or suspensor cell, whereas the one towards the endosperm is called as embryonal cell, or you can also call it as terminal cell. Okay, right. Now listen. We have observed that out of these two cells, the basal cell will rapidly divide and redivide by transverse division. Transverse का मतलब है ऐसे. Okay, तो ये जो basal cell है, this will rapidly divide and redivide, and it will form a group of cells. Now you can make out that these are my group of cells. Okay. And these group of cells are now called as suspensor. Okay, right. And this embryonal cell is undergoing a vertical division, and you can have two cells which are now called as embryonal initials. As they are going to prepare embryo in future, we call them as embryonal initials. Okay, so this is how the development occurs. We will definitely proceed further, but अभी के लिए आपको समझा कि ये मेरा ओव्यूल था, ये माइक्रोपाइलर एंड था, ये एम्ब्रियो सैक का मेम्ब्रेन था, उसके अंदर ये जाइगोट था, और ऊपर एंडोस्पर्म है. एंडोस्पर्म हमारा न्यूट्रिटिव टिश्यू है. ठीक है, ये जाइगोट ने प्रोटेक्टिव वॉल डेवलप किया. ये एक ट्रेट है टू एंश्योर मोनोस्पर्मी, यानी एक ही मेल गैमीट फ्यूज हो, और इसको हम लोग बुलाएंगे oospore. oospore माइटोटिकली डिवाइड करता है और दो सेल्स बनाता है, एक माइक्रोपाइल की तरफ जिसको हमने नाम दिया है बेसल सेल या सस्पेंसर सेल, एंडोस्पर्म की तरफ वाला जो है वो एम्ब्रियोनल सेल है या टर्मिनल सेल है. इसमें से बेसल सेल सबसे पहले डिवाइड एंड रीडिवाइड करेगा और वो एक ग्रुप ऑफ सेल्स बनाएगा जिसका नाम है सस्पेंसर. ओके, राइट. तो ये पूरे के पूरे सस्पेंसर के सेल्स हैं. ऊपर वाला जो है वो टर्मिनल सेल वर्टिकली डिवाइड होगा और आपको दो सेल स्ट्रक्चर मिलेगा जिसको हमने नाम दिया है एम्ब्रियोनल इनिशियल। ओके, तो ये इस तरीके से अब तक उसका डेवलपमेंट हुआ। अभी आगे बढ़ते हैं। अभी ये हमारा सस्पेंसर था, राइट। अभी अगर आप देखेंगे तो सस्पेंसर का जो माइक्रोपाइलर एंड की तरफ का सेल है, ओके, वो काफी बड़ा है और उसको हमने नाम दिया है हॉस्टोरियल सेल। ओके, और सस्पेंसर का सबसे पहला वाला जो सेल है, राइट, तो अगर मैं नीचे से ऊपर जाता हूं तो ये लास्ट वाला हो गया, अगर मैं ऊपर से नीचे आता हूं तो ये फर्स्ट वाला हो गया, तो यू कॉल इट एनीवे, बट द लार्जेस्ट वन टुवर्ड्स द माइक्रोपाइल, सो आई विल डेफिनेटली हैव अ लेबलिंग एज माइक्रोपाइल। तो माइक्रोपाइल वाला जो सेल है वो हॉस्टोरियल सेल है, राइट। और सस्पेंसर का जो एंडोस्पर्म की तरफ वाला सेल है उसका नाम है हाइपोफाइसिस। ओके, राइट। अब सुनिए, अभी हम लोगों ने देखा है कि ये जो एम्ब्रियोनल इनिशियल वाले सेल्स हैं, ये लोग डिवाइड एंड रीडिवाइड करते हैं और एक 8 सेल का स्ट्रक्चर बनाते हैं और इसको हमने नाम दिया है ऑक्टेंट। ओके, सो नाउ लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड दिस। सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट डिविजन व्हिच आई एम मेकिंग, देन दिस इज द सेकंड डिविजन, the third division. Okay, so as a result you can see that you are having total 8 cells. Okay kids, right, already मेरे पास 2 थे तो मैंने 8 बना दिए और इसको हमने नाम दिया है ऑक्टेंट। अब ये जो ऑक्टेंट है उसके नीचे डेफिनेटली आपको हाइपोफाइसिस दिखता है, और ये है हॉस्टोरियल सेल और ये हाइपोफाइसिस। ठीक है ना। अब सुनिए, नाउ आई वांट यू पीपल टू अंडरस्टैंड समथिंग। ये जो हॉस्टोरियल सेल है ये माइक्रोपाइल के अंदर अपने आप को ऐसे अटैच करता है। इमेजिन दिस इज द माइक्रोपाइल, ये ओपनिंग है, ठीक है ना। तो इसके अंदर ये अपने आप को अटैच करता है, कौन? हॉस्टोरियल सेल। ओके, तो अभी आपको इमेजिन करने का कि ये जो टिप है यहां पे आपका ये ऑक्टेंट वाला पार्ट है, ठीक है ना। अभी ये जो सस्पेंसर के सेल्स हैं ये एनलार्ज होंगे, द सेल्स ऑफ सस्पेंसर विल एनलार्ज। तो जब भी वो एनलार्ज होंगे तो ये ऊपर की डायरेक्शन में चले जाएंगे, and when they are moving upwards the entire octant is pushed into the endosperm. I repeat, hostorial cell will attach itself into the micropyle. ये जो ओपनिंग है उसके अंदर वो घुस जाएगा ऐसे, ठीक है, राइट। अभी वो ऐसे अगर अटैच होगा तो इसके बीच वाले जो सेल्स हैं वो एलोंगेट होंगे। तो when they will elongate, okay, they will elongate only in one direction, नीचे नहीं जा सकता है क्योंकि हॉस्टोरियल सेल ने माइक्रोपाइल के अंदर अपने आप को अटैच करके रखा है, ठीक है ना। सो दे विल एलोंगेट इन दिस डायरेक्शन पुशिंग द डेवलपिंग एम्ब्रियो इनटू द एंडोस्पर्म। ओके, अभी ये जो ऑक्टेंट है वो धीरे धीरे एंडोस्पर्म से न्यूट्रिशन लेगा, बिकॉज आई टोल्ड यू दैट एंडोस्पर्म इज अ न्यूट्रिटिव टिश्यू। ओके, और फिर उसके बाद इसका डेवलपमेंट चालू होता है। अभी सुनना ध्यान से, अभी मेरे जो टोटल 8 सेल्स हैं उसको मैंने 2 टीयर्स में डेवलप किया या टायर्स में डेवलप किया, जो आपको बोलने का है बोलो, राइट। दिस इज कॉल्ड एज अपर टीयर ऑफ 4 सेल्स एंड दिस इज द लोअर टीयर ऑफ 4 सेल्स। ओके, सो दिस इज अपर एंड दिस इज लोअर। अब सुनिए ध्यान से, हम लोगों ने ऐसे देखा है कि ये जो अपर टीयर है या अपर टायर है, जो तुम लोग को बोलने का है वो बोलो, ये बनाता है प्ल्यूम्यूल प्लस ये बनाता है एपिकोटाइल प्लस ये बनाता है 2 कॉटिलिडॉन्स। क्योंकि मैं डाइकॉट एम्ब्रियो की बात कर रहा हूं तो आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 2 कॉटिलिडॉन्स। इज इट ओके? राइट। Now, let us come to the lower tier. I'm just writing down it over here. तो ये जो lower tier वाले cells हैं, ये भी कुछ parts बनाते हैं। ये बनाते हैं hypocotyl, ठीक है, right. फिर ये radical का कुछ part बनाता है, ये पूरा रेडिकल नहीं बनाता है, अ पार्ट ऑफ रेडिकल बनाता है. Is it okay? I am repeating again. This is my octant. This octant is pushed into the endosperm. It start consuming the endosperm, right? Okay. And we have seen that out of 8, the upper 4 are responsible for formation of plumule, epicotyle, and cotyledons. Okay. The lower 4 are responsible for formation of hypocotyle and a part of radical. Is it okay? Great. अब सुनो. Now let us come to this hypophysis. अभी हमने ऐसे देखा है कि ये जो hypophysis है ये radical का remaining part बनाता है. So again I will use the word part of radical. Okay, and along with that it also forms a covering of root which is called as root cap. Okay, so you need to remember if a question is asked hypophysis क्या क्या बनाता है. हाइपोफाइसिस बनाता है रेडिकल का कुछ पार्ट और रूट कैप बनाता है. इज इट ओके? राइट. अभी हम आगे बढ़ते हैं. तो इधर तक समझा बच्चा? राइट. यहां पे मैंने वो जो एम्ब्रियोनल इनिशियल था उसको डिवाइड किया, मैंने ऑक्टेंट बनाया. ऑक्टेंट में टोटल 8 सेल्स हैं, ऊपर 4 नीचे 4. ऊपर के 4 प्लूम्यूल बनाएंगे, एपिकोटाइल बनाएंगे और कॉटिलिडॉन्स बनाएंगे. डिपेंड करता है, अगर वो डाइकॉट है तो 2 कॉटिलिडॉन्स बनेगा, अगर मोनोकॉट है तो एक ही कॉटिलिडॉन बनेगा. ओके. उसके बाद नीचे वाले जो 4 सेल्स हैं ये हाइपोकोटाइल बनाएंगे एंड पार्ट ऑफ रेडिकल बनाएंगे. हाइपोफाइसिस जो है वो रिमेनिंग पार्ट ऑफ रेडिकल बनाएगा और रूट कैप बनाएगा. ओके. तो इस तरीके से आपका अभी फ्यूचर एम्ब्रियो डेवलप होगा एंड देखते हैं कि आगे कैसे होता है. So we had this octant embryo. Okay. Now we have observed that this octant embryo divides in multiple planes. They undergo quite multiple mitotic divisions. Okay. And as they are not, I can say, uniformly divided, you can see a notch being developed in the center. Now, because of development of this notch, this embryo has an appearance of heart. Okay. So this particular embryo now is called as chordate embryo. This is basically in the case of dicot. In the case of monocot, this notch is not seen. This particular octant will develop directly into a single cotyledon. So if we talk about a monocot embryo, there will be a single development which is seen. Okay, they will never show chordate structure. This is for dicot. Okay, so till octant the development of dicot and monocot is the same. After dioctant stage, a monocot will develop into a single cotyledon, and this is what is the suspensor. Okay, right. And here you can see this is the suspensor. I hope you know now. And this is the embryo which is now taking a shape of a heart. So we call this as chordate embryo. Okay. Now, at the tip of the chordate embryo, or I can say the notch of the embryo, is our plumule, and these are 2 developing cotyledons. Okay, right. This is the radical part which is being now formed, and this is the hypophysis cell which will again be going to help in contribution of formation of radical and the root cap. Okay, right. So now again development occurs. This notch deepens and this results in formation of 2 lateral cotyledons. Lateral का मतलब है साइड में. तो आपको दिख रहा है कि ये एक साइड में cotyledon है और ये एक साइड में cotyledon है. Okay, तो आपको 2 lateral cotyledons दिख रहे हैं. आपको एक notch दिख रहा है. इस notch के टिप में there is plumule which is now being formed, and at the end you can see a root cap, and then there is radical which is being formed. And above that radical there are cells which are going to definitely form in future the hypocotyle. Okay, now the embryo has got a look of horseshoe, therefore this particular embryo is called as horseshoe shaped embryo. Okay, now one more important point, as the embryo is getting formed, we have seen that the cells of the suspensor starts degenerating. Okay, तो अगर आप यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं तो सस्पेंसर के सेल्स जो हैं वो नियरली डीजनरेट हो रहे हैं, और जब ये एम्ब्रियो पूरा डेवलप हो जाता है, यानी ये पूरा का पूरा अभी अगर मेरा ओव्यूल है, अभी आपको मालूम है मैंने बताया था कि ओव्यूल को हम सीड बोलेंगे, ओके। तो इस सीड के अंदर आपको हॉर्स शू शेप एम्ब्रियो दिखेगा और उसने मैक्सिमम एंडोस्पर्म को कंज्यूम किया है। इज इट ओके? राइट। सो यू कैन सी दैट यहाँ पे अभी सस्पेंसर नहीं है, यहाँ पे आपको पूरा का पूरा एक हॉर्स शू शेप एम्ब्रियो दिखेगा। So this is how the embryo will look, and this will occupy the maximum portion of the seed. Okay, so this is my embryo, which is horseshoe shape. Okay, and this ovule is now called as seed. Now coming to monocot embryo. Okay, now please remember, in the case of monocot, we have seen that the seeds of monocot are always endospermic. I repeat, except orchid. Orchid को छोड़ दिया तो बाकी सब सीड जो है वो एंडोस्पर्मिक होते हैं, ओके, यानी उसमें मैक्सिमम एंडोस्पर्म रहेगा। अभी अगर एंडोस्पर्म मैक्सिमम है तो ये जो कॉटिलिडॉन है एम्ब्रियो का, जो सिंगल कॉटिलिडॉन बनने वाला था, वो एकदम पतला बन जाता है, एंड वी कॉल दैट एज स्क्यूटेलम। Okay, then there is, if you remember, radicle, which is covered by coleorhiza, and there is plumule, which is covered by coleoptile, and this is the entire endosperm. Okay, so this is my scutellum. Let us consider this as coleoptile, and this is your plumule. This is radicle, and covering of radicle is called as coleorhiza. So this is how a monocot embryo is formed. Okay, remember there is a single cotyledon, and this single cotyledon is called as scutellum. Then there is coleoptile covered by a protective covering called as coleoptile. Radicle is covered by coleorhiza, and this is endosperm. So one has to remember, if you observe maize grain, okay, in maize grain, when you take vertical section, you can see this shield shaped structure or a single cotyledon, which is called as scutellum. Okay, so as I told you, till octant, development of monocot and dicot is going to be the same, right? But after octant, the things will differ. Okay, you can see chordate embryo over here, then it will become horseshoe shape, whereas that doesn't occur in the case of monocot, right? There is a single cotyledon, which is now called as scutellum. Then of course the hypophysis will definitely have the formation of radicle along with coleoptile and coleorhiza, and the cells of your, I can say, plumule are formed from this particular area, right? Okay, so this is how embryo is formed in either a dicot plant or a monocot plant. In the next lecture, we will be talking about formation of seed. I told you that after fertilization, ovule is now called as seed. Okay, and this ovule contains your embryo. Okay, so this was all with regards to embryogenesis. I want all the students to please read NCERT along with the state government textbook. Okay, chalo. Thank you, kids. Bye. Take care. God bless you.